Hey guys, I have for you what I think is the best Jeep off-road vehicle that you could possibly buy, none other than the Wrangler TJ.
Trees! Boulders!
Must be his first Jeep.
Rookie.
So the Wrangler TJ is the second generation of the Jeep Wranglers, and when this thing came out in 1997, it actually replaced the YJ, which was the first generation Wrangler, and this was just kind of an evolution of that Wrangler. But I'm going to show you just why this is the most loved one and why this one specifically is the best value. So when the TJ came out, it came out with these round headlights, which Jeep fans were so elated because they all hated those square headlights that came on the YJ, and this was a harken back to that original CJ Jeep. And the other interesting thing about this vehicle in specific too is that this was the last vehicle made with AMC parts. So in lifting the hood of the TJ, you could use that hood prop, or you could just lay it all the way back and it kind of rests against the roof or like the top of the windshield, and that's really just an iconic Jeep thing that all of these do. But you can see under the hood of this is the 4-liter inline 6-cylinder, and this, believe it or not, was an AMC engine, and that is what makes this part so special. These 4 liters are so iconic and so known for reliability, and if you were to get one of these Jeeps, this is the engine you want. You could get them with some 4-cylinders. I mean, the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder is okay. The 2.4 liter came out in 2003, and believe it or not, you would have said that you had the same engine as a Chrysler PT Cruiser. But if you're getting one of these Jeeps, you really want to stick with this guy, the 4-liter inline 6.
Hey folks, today's video is brought to you by salvagereseller.com. This website allows you to bid live on online salvage auto auctions without a dealer's license. You can register for free or use the 20% off coupon in the description below. Go find your salvage car gem now.
All right, so driving the Wrangler TJ, you know, this was the first Jeep to have independent shocks on all 4 corners, because the model that this guy replaced actually had leaf springs, and so did the CJ. So this was really kind of the first Jeep that you could not only use off-road, but you could use on-road too as an actual vehicle. I mean, the way that I look at the earlier Jeeps before this came out is they're kind of just like farm trucks. They're, you know, they're really compromised, hard to drive on, you know, like as a daily driver kind of vehicles. They're plenty capable off-road and plenty fun, don't get me wrong. But if you want a Jeep that you can take off-road and something that you can daily drive, this is the one to get, especially because right now values are pretty darn reasonable. You can find these all day for less than $10,000. Yeah, you're going to find some nicer examples that are going to fetch a bit more money, but it's really hard to beat. I mean, these drive pretty decent on road, you know, a little better than you would think a Jeep would. It's sure, you know, it's no, you know, SUV or anything like that as far as, you know, if you want to compare it to like a Jeep Liberty, it's not going to ride as soft as that. But it does ride pretty good. It's something that you could live with on a daily basis. And with that 4-liter, it's not a speed machine, but it's got plenty of pep to get you up to speed, feel safe with traffic. And yeah, I think it's just a really good driving Jeep, honestly. It feels modern. It doesn't necessarily feel like an old farm truck like some of the old ones do. And it's just a good vehicle to live with. Now, these mirrors are not the original mirrors. However, if you do have the original mirrors on these, believe it or not, and you go out and buy a brand new JL Jeep Wrangler, they come with the same mirrors, assuming you get the half-door JL Wrangler. They have the exact same mirrors that came from the factory on the 1997 Jeep Wrangler. All right, so on the interior of this Jeep, you can see that it is about as basic and bare bones as it gets. You get a basic radio with a lot of big chunky buttons, and then that continues down to your HVAC controls, where you just have these big, simple, chunky knobs that couldn't have been any simpler and easier to use. And then this one has the coveted 5-speed manual transmission, and trust me, this is the transmission you want, because if you got a pre-2003 Jeep Wrangler, they had a 3-speed automatic transmission. Now, if you go with a later one, those got upgraded to the 4-speed automatic transmission, but you really just want the 5-speed manual in these guys to really get all the potential out of these. But the other things that I like too is just this super basic steering wheel. You've got analog gauges, and then you've got just some decently comfortable seats. Now, one of the few downsides to having such a small vehicle is storage space. These really don't have a lot of it. If you open up the back, you will see if you're using that second row seat, you're very, very limited in your cargo capacity. Now, what a lot of people will do is they'll just not have anybody use that back seat, and they'll fold it out of the way, because then you actually get, you know, about a typical SUV's worth of space back here, and that's just kind of what you want. So if it's just, you know, you and your girlfriend, you and your wife, you and a friend out off-roading, just the two of you enjoying it, this is the perfect size vehicle.
I think our seat needs a little bit of love here, Brendan.
Yeah, it's it kind of fell off there a little bit, but it goes right back in place. So yeah, maybe this isn't a Rubicon or even a Sahara. It doesn't have the lockers or anything like that, but you can still take your doors off. You can still take the roof off. You can still fold the windshield flat, just like any Jeep. And these have a huge aftermarket community. They've got great support and tons of parts that are readily available and cheap. And then these things will do fantastic off-road. They're really reliable. I think it's like the best Jeep that you really can get for the money. Alex paid $7,000 for this guy. So if you want to go out and get one of the fancier ones, one of the nicer ones, yeah, sure, you can get a really nice Jeep for more money. But if you just want to get a good off-roader, get one that's got some paint issues, get one that's got a few dents and dings on it, some that's got high mileage, because these will last and they will be a great off-roader and a fun vehicle for you to have for a long time. Well, guys, let me know what you think in the comments section below, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. This has been Brendan, Alex behind the camera. Take care, guys.